always think of you when spring comes.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just posted a video at the same time as this one and tips on how to get an autism assessment or diagnosis. So the link to that one will be in the description box, but I felt like I needed to post these at the same time because I wanted to go over step number 4, which is my autism binder, and if you're a parent, kind of what I did for my daughter as well. Obviously hers isn't as a binder, I need to get that, but which was really helpful. We're still in the process of that. We actually have another appointment tomorrow, so fingers crossed everything goes well there. But if you can, please subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. It helps me so much and I really appreciate it. And like I said in the other video, I really would like to start posting vlogs. I don't know if that's something you guys would want to see, but it's something I'd really like to do. I'm trying to learn how to unmask better and be vulnerable, show all the good and all the bad, you know, the skin picking, which is one of my stems, just out of control, and being overstimulated, and just everything that happens in my life. If that's something you guys would like to see, please comment below so I know. And let's get into today's video. All right, so first I'm gonna go over my daughter's because hers was a little bit different than what I did for myself. Now, I did hers last minute, but I've added, since we saw the pediatrician, which is what I brought, this is what I brought the first time, I've added the DSM-5, highlighted everything in there. But what I heard was really helpful for kids is, so I wrote a list first off. I don't know if you guys can even see this, but I wrote down pretty much everything that I knew that was a trait that I shared with her. I wrote down all her struggles, everything that has been problematic. Oh, sorry if you guys hear the dogs barking, I'm sorry. We got a puppy 2 days ago and our bigger dogs are not liking it because she is just full of energy and they just want to lay in the sun. They don't want to play. So she is yippy. So yeah, I wrote down everything I could think of. Everything. I wrote it down. I didn't care what it was. And obviously I knew from myself, like autism traits and going through autism in the girls checklist, I knew, like I went over that and I was like, oh, these really seem to, are we sideways? Is that better? I'm not centered. I'm so sorry. That's gonna drive me nuts, but you're resting on my couch. I digress. I'm so sorry. Anyways, I knew the traits, so it was easier for me to write them down, especially what she was showing, like toe walking and yada yada. All the stereotypical little baby traits. And then for her, I added in pictures. So you can kind of see them. She's in a diaper in all of them except for 1 or 2, I think, because she hates clothes. But so like these ones specifically are for her emotional support items. So that's what I call it. It's just an item that, like, after my son leaves for the day, she's really attached to my oldest, who will be 8 in a couple weeks. When he leaves for school, she will find an item. And it doesn't matter what it is, an egg, our door jamb she took out of the door, Cetaphil, googly eyes, whatever it is, she has to hold it and you cannot take it away from her. So I luckily had all these examples from a group chat with my family that we spend every day. They always ask, what's Camila's emotional support item for the day? Or, you know, if something new happens, we kind of joke about it. But so I had pictures of that. I have videos of her. So sorry for the barking. You guys are just gonna have to get used to it because I have 3 dogs and they're either right here or they're outside barking. I also have videos that I sent in of her. She doesn't really play, right? So but she loves to watch movies, YouTube videos, whatever. She likes to reenact them. So I swear, not 100%, but I swear she has photographic memory, and she will watch something once and then act it out, and she'll act it over and over again. So like my son, who went out to play outside yesterday or the day before, he was playing, well, he was playing on a scooter, and she was reenacting a video of these little girls, Sally and Dima. I don't know. If you have kids, you might know their names. But, and one fell down, and then the other one went and got a backpack that had Band-Aids, and so that's how she played outside. She just reenacted that scene over and over again. And then I also, where did it go? And then I also have just pictures of her lining up her toys. These are a little harder to find, but like on Christmas, she didn't really want to open the presents. She kind of did, but she just lined up all her presents around her, and that was like the thing for her. So I just had like evidence, I guess, of all of the things that she does. So that was really helpful. Now for myself, because it was my first time, I went all out. I looked on, I heard somebody, I think she's on TikTok. Her name is Alex. I believe she did something like this. I could be totally wrong, but so I made a binder. The first thing I did when I self-diagnosed, or I, realized that these traits just so happened to line up with my life, I just started writing everything down. So anything I could think of, or I even asked my husband, I was like, what are some things I do that other women don't do? Like, and I didn't take, offense to it. I knew that I was different, and I knew that I wasn't like other people. And so I just started writing things down. I wrote down everything: struggles, problems with my health, the way I was with friends, just everything. So if you guys want, I will put this on my Etsy, and then you guys can kind of add in your stuff. But what I did was, so first is like my traits and timeline. So what I did was like poor gut health and immune system. I've had that problem since, I put everything you could think of. I wanted too much, then not enough. So I just put everything in there. So I just wrote down everything. And even to this day, I'm like, oh, that's a good one. I need to add that in there. Like all the things I obsess over, all the things that I hate, like all the textures I hate, all the textures that I love. I wrote that all down. I wrote it all down, everything. How I'm not the same person with any of my friends. How all the struggles I've had with having friends and fitting in and everything. Anything in your life that you can think of that was a struggle, a problem, anything you needed to, everything. Write it down. Keep a journal, because, that was a year ago, and I still think of things today. I'm like, oh, that's why I did that. That's why I acted that way. Or that's why I did that certain thing, or why I had a meltdown was because I'm autistic. So first was my timeline. The second is the Samantha Crafts checklist. So what I did, this was hard. I ended up putting this in like a document. I like copied it, put it in a document, because when you print it out, it's awful. And then what I did was I just highlighted anything that resonated with me, anything that I felt ever since I was a kid. So, right, for us it's hard because when people look at autism and the doctors and stuff, they make sure it's not from like traumas and stuff like that. So anything from when I was a kid. It's a couple pages, and if you guys want, I'll put it on my Etsy for like $2, and then you guys can just have at it. Just so I'll have all this in order with so you guys know exactly in order what to put in your binder. Literally everything. Like, I don't know if can you guys even see this? So anyways, can you guys see it now? Okay, so anyways, also that drives me nuts that the highlighter's a different color, but I digress. So anyways, I just highlighted, literally this whole page is highlighted. Can you guys see that? The whole page is highlighted. And I never knew as a kid that I was autistic. Let me just tell you, this is why self-diagnosis it's valid. See, this one was fine, so it has some. This is really hard for me to you guys to see. Okay, and then I went into autism in girls, and I don't remember where I got this. I guess I would just Google it. If I can find it, I'll leave the link below because I can't think of it right now. But just to like go back on my childhood, and then I also, if you have a parent or somebody close to you who's been in your life since you were a kid, have them sit down with you if you're comfortable with that, because this really helped. Because I was like, oh, I don't remember, you know, half my childhood I choose to forget. So I highlighted, just like the Samantha checklist, everything that resonated with me, and wrote notes, same thing over again. And then you get into the DSM-5. Now, if you don't know what the DSM-5 is, it's the criteria they use for an autism diagnosis. And this thing is kind of hard to read. Some of you might be able to understand it well, and some it's kind of tricky. So what I did, just to double check that I was understanding the wording correctly, is maybe Sammy Sam, I think I brought her up before. I think it's on her channel. She kind of explains it for you. So what I did was, once again, I highlighted everything, wrote notes on everything. I also did this for my daughter, which I forgot to mention, I think. But I just highlighted and wrote notes for all of it. I gave them all the information upright. They didn't have to do it for me or what they saw. I did it myself. Also had my mom look on it and presented them with my highlighted DSM-5. And then on the last page, I don't know if you, can you guys see this? It's gonna drive me nuts. It has like it has the levels, and my dogs are barking again. And then I went into the Aspie quiz, which I will leave the link down below because I can't even tell you, what it is off the top of my head. It's a mess. But this is my cluster. If you haven't taken this quiz before, I highly suggest you do. I will put it in the link. Make sure you can save it and print it out, or send it to somebody to print out for you. Because this is what I first took when I was like, there's no way I'm autistic, right? I just, in my head, I was like, no, I'm not, you know, because you second guess yourself. So I took this and I was like, oh, okay, because it says your broader autism cluster, your Aspie score. Mine was 171 out of 200. Out of 200. And my neurotypical, non-autistic score was 43 out of 200. So that tells you guys right there that I had to put this in there. I was like, I don't know if they might blow over it, but I wanted them to see, like, and it was kind of like validating for me when I did see this, that I was like, oh, okay, you know, because they were so drastic. I was like, oh, okay, you know, I could actually be autistic. So, and then it says you are very likely on the broader autism cluster, and it says Aspie. So it goes through this test when you take it, and if you guys want, I'll take it live and go over it with you guys in a separate video if you want more like instruction on how to fill it out. There's 4 different options. And so it just goes over like the questions and what you answered, and the Aspie, normal Aspie score, and then the neurotypical score for each question. So it's very in-depth. So it goes through neurotypical talent, Aspie perception, neurotypical perception, Aspie, you guys can't even see this, Aspie communication, neurotypical communication, Aspie relationships, neurotypical relationships. I think there's a couple more. Aspie social, and then neurotypical social. So it goes through all those questions, and you can see who, like what the average score is for somebody with autism, and then the average score for somebody who's neurotypical. So that's why when I say like that test was validating in its own, because at the time I didn't, like, I was just questioning when I took that test. I was questioning whether I was or I wasn't. I didn't know. I just like resonated with the video that I saw and when I started to look things up. So I highly suggest taking that quiz and printing it out. And then this was really helpful. I don't have it in here because my daughter colored all over it and I need my mom to print a new one. But a parent letter or guardian, somebody who's been in your life, especially, so somebody that's been in your life since you were, you know, small, and can give like their side so that you're prepared. I know some doctors, I don't know if all doctors do this, but they like to, you know, talk with someone else, not just you. And then I obviously don't have it in here, but my next is where I put my diagnosis, but that has personal stuff. So if you guys want, I will kind of make this as a PDF and then put it on my Etsy so you guys can just print it out and then add like your Aspie quiz, and you can just highlight the DSM-5. Let me know if you guys want that, but this is what I swear helped me get diagnosed, because it's not easy. It's so hard, and a lot of you guys have been asking like just tips, and although it worked for me, it doesn't mean sadly it's gonna work for you guys. So but I hope they do. And if you haven't seen that video on 4 of my tips, I'll have it linked below because I'm going to post these at the same time. That's it for this video. So if you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment. I love to hear from you guys. Let me know if you guys want to see a day in my life or a vlog. I think it would be fun, but if you guys don't want to watch it, then I'm not going to. And if you guys want to talk to me, follow me on Instagram. I'll leave my handle right here because I love talking to you guys. It helps so much knowing that I'm not alone, and I know a lot of you guys feel the same way too. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up